Let's get more analysis on this with political analyst, Mr. Thobani Zikalala. Thobani, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So, I mean, looking at the developments at the MK party, very interesting indeed. What is your general assessment of these, and do the reasons given actually suffice in your view?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. I mean, the events inside the MK party sometimes are confusing in the sense that here is a party with so much potential. I mean, their performance in the last elections indicated this is a party that can change a few things in the political landscape of South Africa. But here is that party seemingly unorganized, seemingly chaotic in how it goes about running its business. I mean, of course, we understand that the party is in its formation stages. Therefore, it may not have an elected leadership which has a particular, a term of office. But even then, with appointed leadership, I mean, there should be some sense of stability, some sense of clarity. It seems as if some in the leadership of the party sleep today and wake up with a different decision tomorrow. I mean, the strategy the spokesperson speaks about the idea of including well-experienced people. I mean, it's all good and dandy, that type of strategy. But how it is executed also reflects a particular way in the electorate. You don't want to seem to the electorate as if you are disorganized, as if you don't care, as if, I mean, if you can't even take care of your own. I mean, the last time in the provincial legislature, you had two lists. I mean, you had people going in with their families to be sworn in and suddenly being informed that they are not on the list. I mean, now, just 2 months after the swearing in, that people who are now being told that they must be removed, are removed from the list. I mean, all of that reflects a particular way, but there's a lot of political chaos and organizational chaos in the MK party, which of course I think does not look good on them, especially as a new party that has gotten a bit of I mean, with being the official opposition now, or the third biggest political party in the country currently, must reflect some sense of maturity, some sense of stability. But it seems that there are people inside the party who are hell-bent on creating chaos. Whether or not that chaos benefits the party going forward, we will wait and see. But the way it seems, I mean, you don't want to have a situation where the electorate start questioning how you do things.
Very interesting that you mentioned that, Thobani, because I was just about to follow up that question with the fact that we need to undertake the fact that the party is still, of course, in its build-up phase, and there's not been, as you've rightly pointed out, an elective conference yet. But how should then the public, as well as members of the party themselves, view these actions? Do you think they are progressive? Do they speak to the party that will not hesitate to implement whatever is relevant, as well as radical changes whenever necessary at this stage?
I mean, it can be viewed in two ways. One, the public and the membership must be worried if you have a political party that doesn't seem to be able to settle on particular leadership, on a particular program, on particular decisions that are taken. And on one hand, it seems as if for some people, this is looked at as being decisive. I mean, I have a problem with that, type of thinking that says just because the MK party seems to be able to take decisions at any time, that means they are decisive, and that is a good thing. I mean, every political party needs stability. We understand that the leadership that's there is an appointed leadership. That's not a problem. I mean, how leaders get to occupy political positions is different according to political formations, and how the MK party, of course, in its formation stages has chosen the appointing route does not mean that there is a problem with it. It is fine. It is okay not to have an elected conference and continue with elected leadership.
All right. I think we're
to create political
Thobani,
stability.
For a second.
And so sorry, my sister. I mean, to create political stability inside the party, to make sure that you gain and you are able to to almost the goodwill given by the people to be able to to try and give people the idea that the goodwill that have given their votes are not in vain. But when you start to create chaos for yourself, I mean, and now it seems all the troubles that the MK party has faced, I mean, the different court cases and all those things are almost a thing of the past, of course, save for the trademark case or the name case which is going on appeal. But those issues of courts seemingly have gone away. I mean, even some of the infighting that was happening inside the party seemingly had gone away. Now it's a new thing. It seems that and that's why I'm saying that it seems that within the party there are people who are well bent on creating chaos, even when chaos is not needed. It's not a problem to make decisions, but also those decisions must be shown to have some text and some understanding of the situation. Currently, it seems as if you're just chopping and chopping those you don't like. You sleep today, you wake up tomorrow, you don't like someone, and suddenly you make a decision. It does. I mean, even there's the reasoning given in itself. It doesn't satisfy me, the idea that, no, there were people who were supposed to be inward. No, it's chaos. And that chaos, someone must take responsibility of the chaos to say we have created the chaos and therefore now we are trying to create it to fix it. But if you start pointing fingers of each other, I mean, the idea of blame shifting itself must also be looked at. Who to blame for the incorrect list submitted? And has those heads rolling? And has the public been brought into confidence, especially those who voted for the MK party, to understand how these decisions were taken and how they've been corrected? But when you suddenly sleep today and suddenly there's a letter in the morning and all those things, it creates a bit of confusion. And the MK party must look at itself, because it doesn't want to continue to be a party that is looked at as a chaotic party.
A very quick one, Thobani, before I let you go. Now, looking at who has actually been appointed and removed, do you see a hidden agenda or strategy behind some of their methodology? I
mean, of course, the MK party, quick out of the woods when they went to parliament, you saw some of the appointments that they're making. I mean, the idea of your desk Van Rooyens, the party leader in parliament being Dr. John Hlophe, and experienced, politicians and academics and intellectuals being there, and the idea of including traditional leadership and religious leaders. It showed that the MK party has a particular strategy of trying to put together a strong team that is representative on almost all sectors of society. And of course, if you listen to Nkamulo speaking about the inclusion of people like your Brian Mulevers and Lakim Montanas in parliament, it shows that they seem to have a strategy of trying to put a team of strong, experienced people in parliament. The problem is how they go about it. The problem is how they don't do it while creating stability in the party, while they bring their membership and the people of South Africa into confidence, especially those who voted with them. I mean, you can see where they are going, and I think it's almost a good strategy to have such strong people in parliament, because you don't want to be a pushover in parliament. But also, there is an electorate, there is membership that needs to be brought into confidence. And how they've gone about doing that and creating stability inside the party, I think that's a problem.
Thobani, as always, great having you with us on this Women's Day. That is political analyst there, Mr. Thobani Zikalala, political analyst there on the MK party candidates that are being, of course, removed from parliament.